Good morning. It is Saturday, January 13th, and most of you out there will be unhappy with what I'm about to tell you. And I'm not very happy about it myself, but I am a firm believer in what I am about to say. This is not a lie. This is the truth. The United States is at war. And it's not a classic war where we invade a country and fight. It's a little itty-bitty war, so to speak. It's attacks that go from day to day depending upon what our main adversary does. And right now, that main adversary is Iran. Iran and its affiliates, groups that are known by the names of the Houthis and Hezbollah and Hamas, those groups that are terrorizing the Red Sea, attacking commercial vessels. And Joe Biden has struck at Iran's proxies, including the Houthis and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Joe Biden has said he would not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and the free flow of international commerce as necessary. And Israel is defending itself, so they really have nothing to do with this situation. But the UN is calling them into court sometime soon to pass judgment on their activities. And South Africa, the once great apartheid nation, has accused Israel of genocide. They claim the country's leadership is intent upon destroying the Palestinians in Gaza. And yes, maybe they are intent upon destroying the Palestinians in Gaza. But it's not without great cause. It's not out of the blue. It's not like the Gazans are innocent, because 60 to 70% of the Gazans stood by, and in spite of the way they were treated by Hamas, they still stood by Hamas. So is Israel supposed to let them kill off their people? Yes, they're making the Palestinians pay. But have the Palestinians done anything to protect themselves? Have they joined in the fight against Hamas? No. So this nonsense about nations calling Israel genocidal, when none of them has lived a life of terror, constantly having rockets shot over their territories. Is that what other nations believe? In keeping the peace and not defending yourself? That is crazy. But let's get back to the other situation. The war that the U.S. is now in over the Red Sea. U.S. and a coalition of forces struck over 60 targets at 16 Iranian-backed Houthi militant locations. Houthi assets included command and control nodes, munitions, depots, launching systems, production facilities, air defense radar systems, and other things. And the strikes killed 5 and wounded 6 others, according to the rebels' military spokesperson, who said the airstrikes would not deter further Houthi attacks on shipping. So can you imagine that? A large combination of democratic nations are out there in the Red Sea defending commercial shipping and attacking the Houthis. But the Houthis won't stop for some reason. Is that a form of insanity? Do they honestly believe that Iran can protect them in any way, shape, or form? So I'm telling you that we are at war. Because if the Houthis and their compatriots Hezbollah and Hamas do not stop their horrible, inhumane tactics, the U.S. and its allies are not going to stop now. Do you think that once we have gone to the trouble, gone to the conviction, gone to the decision to attack Houthis and other Iranian affiliates, that we're going to stop and just walk away and let them continue to do their evil deeds? I think not. So as far as I am concerned, we are in a war. And it's a war that we must win. We cannot afford to allow a nation like Iran to control these militant groups and put them in action wherever they feel necessary. This is a deal that must be stopped. This is a situation that has to end. And from history, from what I look at, it is not going to end without the destruction of Iran. And we, in our own ignorant way, proceeded to get in bed with them in some kind of nuclear deal, which has gone kaput. And Biden tries to reignite that deal. A very, very foolish move on his part, and a foolish move on the original perpetrator of that deed, Obama. There was no reason for us to try to make a deal with Iran. We should have been sanctioning them as hard as we could. We should have made sure that they do not get any uranium. This is a country that has nothing but evil in its situation. This is a country that wants to control the world and destroy the world. And unfortunately, he has allies. And if you notice, in all of this turmoil, China has sat back and laughed at us. China has one concern, Taiwan, and keeping its commercial enterprises building up, because they want to be number one. And they can't be wasting time fighting like we have to. So I contend we are at war, and we have to treat this situation like that. There can be no mealy-mouthed discussions. We have to strike and strike hard, which we haven't done yet. So I leave you with that combination of nonsense, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.